My name is Lisa Buffum, and I live in Winfield, Kansas, which is south and east of Wichita, about an hour, straight north of Ponca City, Oklahoma. The church I attend and pastor is Tisdale Methodist Church, and it's 6.5 miles east of Winfield. Well, I felt motivated by the way I'm usually motivated when I feel God's direction to do something, and I feel like God is moving me in that direction. Then I pray about it, and I felt very strongly like God's direction was here. I felt this way in 2019 when I also sought delegation as a lay delegate in the United Methodist Church for the Great Plains Conference and was selected to go and be a delegate. And I had that experience where I served on the delegation for the General Conference that was not in 2020 and served on the delegation from 2019 until 2023 when I chose to resign the position. So I did serve on the delegation long enough to go to jurisdictional conference and have that experience. Of course, I studied all the materials, I prepared. I have a real interest in church polity and in the general conference. And so that was an exciting experience, although very different, to be a part of that at that time. And then I felt God's call to pastoral ministry. I was a confirmed laity and then felt God's call to pastoral ministry in February of 2023, sought God's direction in that, and ended up becoming a pastor and now and seeking ordination. So now I'm a deacon. And so I'm studying in the classes right now, studying United or Global Methodist polity now, and I'm heavily entrenched in everything our denomination is about growing. I'm very interested in it. I'm academically minded. I love to study, and I just am excited about being part of the new denomination and what we're doing. So I also think I bring in a unique experience being a pastor in a rural setting, a rural church, and that's a needed voice in this as well. So, sure. Well, I plan to represent anything I do with integrity and strong integrity, do it to the best of my ability to represent the Heartland well and our churches well. I feel like I take it seriously and studiously with prayer and discernment, guidance of the Holy Spirit. And my vision for the denominational's global presence really is heavily impacted in my life. I would say that if I had one thing that motivated me really highly in disaffiliating and going ahead and resigning and making a move into the Global Methodist Church before the General Conference, it was the treatment of the African delegates, the African churches, what I could see in the ways that they were being left out of the discussion and the decision. And so I'm very excited to be part of a global presence. We have formed a partnership with a church in Zimbabwe, and so it feels very real to have a relationship with a church in Africa. And so I'm excited to be part of a denomination that is doing that. I want to see that grow and perpetuate. They have so much to teach us, and I think our position in the United States should be one of listening and discernment and respect and making sure that we're equal partners in the global world and in the global church. I badly wanted to be in Costa Rica. I felt like God at the time said that my position was I was a brand new pastor in a church that had just brand newly disaffiliated, and I felt like God's direction at that time was to be here. I watched every minute of it online, prayed for it, was excited to see things as they unfolded. So I felt somewhat like I was part of it, even though I wasn't there. I was very impressed with the foundation that was laid there, the delegates that went, that, certainly took it seriously, prayed and discerned the Holy Spirit, listened to one another in a way that we aren't used to being listened to. And so that was exciting and is exciting to be a part of. And a great foundation was laid there. And it was they were only able, of course, to cover part of the Book of Doctrine and Disciplines, and now um, there's more of it to be explored. There's more of it to be firmed up, and so I just would think that we would be strengthening that, strengthening our position in and doctrinally and in relationship with one another. And so I think that the foundation was laid very well, and I could be very excited to build on that foundation.